New sponsor alert for our Student Athlete of the Week segment. It's Geico, right here, your local office at 8510 Uri Drive, Suite B in Shreveport, Louisiana. And I tell you, Justin Marshall, he has a crew of 14 agents that are ready to get you right. Make sure you don't go online. Pull up. Let's build some relationships. And also, with every referral, you get 25 beans. 25 of them things.
Crazy how it started though, like, cause like my teacher, it was a teacher that I knew like at Lakeshore, and you know, Lakeshore Transport in the Fat Park. Miss Dick just popped up on my lunch and she was like, "Hey, you want to be in tribal court?" I was like, "What that is?" Like, I was like, "Nah, I ain't trying to do all that." She was like, "Yeah," she was like, "Yes or no, you want to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do it." And she just took me to the class. She let me see what's going on. And I just loved it ever since.
The young can't wait to be older, and the old wishes they just had more time. These young students at Huntington High School have found that life is what you make it.
Objective is we don't do ISS and we don't do out of school suspension. So the goal is to keep them in class as much as possible. A lot of times that we see that kids that are being put out of class for behavior reasons, sometimes it's because they're struggling doing the work. And I would rather be put out of class than my classmates know that I'm struggling to do the work.
It started in middle school for Jamarcia. He's the center on the Huntington football team.
He's like a silent leader. He's the type that wants to lead by example, by just going out and doing things, not only in the practice field, but in the classroom as well. You won't even know he's there in the practice. You won't even know he's there until he come ask our offensive line coach, our offensive coordinator a question.
Man, it's a lot of places come from where I come from. Like, I was 9 years old. My mom died from cancer. So, I mean, at that point, I was lost. You know, I mean, like, I didn't know what to do. I had no one to help with my homework, so I had to do it myself. You know, to come from that environment, you know, you see a lot of kids, like, going through that. They don't make it out. They, like, you know, go into the street life and stuff like that. But I chose a different. I chose to take my education serious. I just went with that. Ever since then, it was just cruising, you know, from that point on.
What do you think your mama would say right now?
And she'd be proud of me, like, cheese up. Real life.
His teammate Zay Wise is a 3-sport athlete, and he grew closer to Jamarcia when he heard his story.
What happened to your pops?
Oh, he got diagnosed with cancer my sophomore year. It just made me appreciate God a lot because everybody had a bad feeling with COVID, but if COVID never happened, I would have never got to spend so much time with my father because at the time he was living in Houston because he had to stay close to the hospital. And we got out of school, so at the time, I was going down there every weekend throughout the week. And like, around that time, football kind of helped me a lot because Coach Dennis and Coach Evans, those two coaches, they act like father figures to me. And all my teammates kept me lifted up.
And to have a young man to say he played 3 to 4 to 5 different positions, the only thing you're gonna hear out of him was yes sir, no sir, or I got you, coach. And even when he's on the sideline not in, he's still leading by example because he's motivating others.
Life gonna go on. Life gonna go on, and like I thought somebody was gonna come save me or like something's just gonna get fixed, but it's not. Life gonna go on.
If you ain't at Huntington, where you at, baby? Like, where you at?
Allison is the top student in her class, runs track, and is one of the leaders on the cheerleading squad.
My grandfather, he's no longer here. He passed away, and before he told my grandmother on my father's side to get me and do right by me. They steered me and kept me motivated to keep doing what I'm doing because they knew I was smart, just with an attitude.
You see, their experiences have made them leaders, whether they want to be or not.
Anthony Kimball, who was our old assistant principal here, he had the kids take their ACT in the 9th grade, and Azavia Wise scored a 19 on the math. And with that being said, it started blowing up, and I was like, hey, we can start getting college credits. And so then I met Allison Allen and Jamarcia Taylor and Danielle Robinson. All 4 of them, they got on board and they started taking college credits. So then I looked at the college curriculum to see what did they need for graduation to graduate with their associates. So we're gonna start with rewriting this problem.
It's just hard work, you know, just putting in time when nobody sees and make sure like when somebody's seeing it, I mean, you just do your best.
You have to pick and choose your battles. Is it worth it? Like, what's gonna be the outcome? You always gotta look at the outcome of anything everything you have your choices have consequences. And whether they're good or bad, gotta choose, pick and choose your battles.
They talk to somebody at least, like talk to somebody. Don't just try to hold it in and like try to act strong. Like it ain't no point in trying to act strong. If you hurting and you going through something, let somebody know it's gonna help.
These are the top 3 students in their class, and they only want what's best for the students that follow.
They bought into what we tried to do. They've been with us to raise Huntington school performance score to a letter grade of a B. So, you know, they're just the world to me. So, I mean, I pushed them. We've fussed and fought. But man, they have done everything that I've asked them to do and more. So they've exceeded our expectations. Kids are more resilient than adults, honestly. So us supporting them has been easier than probably if all that stuff was to happen to me right now. Like I would probably be crushed. But they just persevered. They fought through it. It really wasn't any stopping them. It wasn't that hard.
Senior class. We got some of the senior class people.
It warms my heart because it's true. You know, all of our kids are going through something, and they do when they hear other people's story and they see that these other kids are willing to open up to them and say, this is what I'm going through. I got here at 7 this morning and I was angry, and this is why. That they're not the only one. It makes them feel like they're not by themselves, and that everybody goes through something. And if they feel like they can help each other, I mean, that's, man, look at that impact.
I was considering like suicide at that point, not gonna lie. It was tough, I mean, cause I lost my mom, my best friend. Like I didn't have nobody to talk to at that point. Like I had brothers and stuff, but I mean, you just not gonna have that brother connection like you had with your mom, like a mother and a son. So, I mean, I was just lost, but at that point in time, I had lost, contact with God. And then, some said like he put stuff in your life for a reason. Like he not gonna give, like he give his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers.
What's your hopes, man?
I wanna become a surgeon.
That's major. Where'd you get that from?
Really because my mama, she wanna be a nurse, so, and like I always just looked at it until like I wanted to do something to help somebody, and then I wanna come up with a cure for cancer too.
So, going to Grambling to major in nursing because I always wanted to get back to my community, and I just feel like I can help people. But then I'm gonna transfer to Prairie View and go to Texas.
Next, I'm graduating high school, hopefully salutatorian, giving that speech, graduation, and on to Southern, my criminal justice degree. Hopefully I can get that within like 2 or 3 years. The dual enrollment credits I got, so, and after that, I'm trying to go back to Southern and get my JD, my Juris Doctorate, and become a lawyer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir!
Two-point pass is complete.